Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Hey, how you doing, guys? How you doing? I'm a bit late on the stream. I didn't intend to be, but I got done with everything else a bit late, so... And my shirt's on wrong side out. Okay. This'll be fun. I'll be right back. That's better. Okay. Hey, mate. How you doing? I'm doing good, Moonlight. How about you? How you doing? I'm good. I'm doing all right. Wow. 28 years. Time flies when you're having a lot of fun, eh? So, what have you guys been doing? Personally, I think I've been, what time is it where I'm at? 8:37 p.m. Today was your first day of high school. Wow. Okay, yeah. I remember my first day of high school, and it wasn't anything to write home about. It was, well, unless you were staying at a private school, and then it was something to write home about. Mom, I hate it here. Yeah. Most of the times, high school is some of the most brutal years of your life. I hope it's not that way with you, but it is with a lot of us. Darn curl. Mom put this curl in my forehead, in my hair, that way it would look sophisticated. And I have no idea how to do it, sophisticated wise. I don't know if it's supposed to be this way, although that makes it look weird. Maybe, come on. Get it? Right? No. Yeah, it'll be whatever it is. Just nervous about it. Yeah. I was nervous about high school too. Happy early birthday. Thanks, Jake. How you doing? Or Newt. Newt Scamander. Watching me and WWE at the same time. Well, you know, could be worse things to be watching along with me. It's a Scottish guy. It's a Scottish guy. I like your shirt, mate. Thanks. Playing Borderlands 2 and watching. You know, if I could, I'd be streaming and playing No Man's Sky. Unfortunately, despite this probably being my most powerful computer yet, it still doesn't work well enough to stream and play video games at the same time. Otherwise, I'd be streaming a gameplay, bit of gameplay from that. Up the tune, mate. What? What tune? But yeah, I love playing video games. You ever play Minecraft? Very fun. I played a little bit of it back in the day. I don't have access to it anymore. My tune, this is Newcastle Talk. Okay. I have no idea where Newcastle is, but it's, I'm guessing it's a cool place. You live there, so that makes you cool at least. So yeah, I'm so blessed. I've gotten 6 total patrons on Patreon. I'm watching you while I cook dinner. Nice. What's for dinner, Newt? Anything good? We had a chicken and rice casserole. It was pretty good. Chicken, cheese, and rice. Spaghetti. Oh, classic. Nice. Is that with or without meat? I subscribed when you were at mid-900s. Now you're almost 2K. I know, right? I mean, it's been less than a month since I started growing, and I'm already almost at 2,000 subscribers. With meat. Always with meat. Me too, man. Me too. I cannot stand my spaghetti being bland and not having meat. Meat is the spice of life. Well, it's not the spice, but it's the substance of life. If we weren't meant to eat meat, then why were we given canines, eh? Bro, at this rate, 10K by 2020. It's looking more and more possible by this point. I mean, I found out about you through a friend. He sent me one of your TikToks. Awesome. Which one? The, me being an absolute fool kind, or, one of my singing videos? Either way, it's awesome, but, sometimes I wonder if some people come for the laughs and other people come for my musical talent. Speaking of musical talent, I found out today that I have a higher register than I did about a month ago. I'm able to sing about an octave higher than I used to, which is pretty cool, actually. I guess just like anything else, the more you practice, the better you get. Gordon Ramsay not liking bland spaghetti. Well, at least I'm not throwing the food at you and telling you to get out of my kitchen. Oh, yeah. That was so. If a quiz is quizzical, then what's a test? Never heard that one before. Good one. Dang, I'm so blessed to know that I'm getting I mean, come on. Almost 15K followers on TikTok and almost 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Dang. This is wow. I tell you what. This is getting to the point where I'm wondering whether or not even the sky's the limit. If I'm just being myself and getting subscribers and followers, what happens when I step it up a bit? I mean, not that I'm not already trying, but dang, wow. I can't imagine 1 million followers or 1 million subscribers, but dang, I wouldn't put it past this experience now. I mean, I'm maybe not PewDiePie, but you know, watch out, Boogie. You should grow a mustache. Yeah, but I must ask you a question. Would I really look better with it or worse? Sorry. I've got a horrible sense of humor, but for some reason people still laugh with me because I laugh so darn much that I crack myself up. But now I can't really grow anything on my face because after like 4 or 5 days it just starts to itch. I really like your mic, very good quality. I really like your milk. Okay. Yeah. Reading. It's a really important skill to have, kids. Really. Bedtime, Greg. Yeah, I know, it's bedtime. I know. I'll be going here in a bit. I just wanted to jump on and let you guys know I didn't forget about you. Call me a nation. You're a nation, Randall. You're a nation. But no, it's seriously. Where do I live? I live in Ohio. It's an okay place to live. If you don't mind rain and rain and rain and rain and a lot more. I mean, we are not a solar state. Let's be honest. We've got either. Sorry, mate, but I'm gonna go make some food. Okay, you have a good night, Moonlight. But we have a lot in common with Britain. To be honest, we have a lot in common with them. If it's not god awful hot and stifling outside, then it's all right, but it's raining, or it's freaking cold, and we're freezing our butts off just trying to get to church on Sunday morning. Because believe me, there are some of us that we don't even let 2 feet of snow keep us from going to church. That's how dedicated we are to our faith. I mean, we're not going to do it if it's really stupid to do it, but a couple inches aren't going to really stop us from going to church. Or anywhere else for that matter. Although the town that I live in, the only fun thing to do really is go to Walmart. Everyone goes to Walmart. I mean, it can be the slowest business day of the week. And you drive past the Walmart parking lot and it's full. It's like, seriously? What are all these people even doing at Walmart? I swear some people just go to Walmart to get out of the heat. Walmart has plenty of things you can do, LOL. Dang it, my service is bad right now. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I hope it clears up. That's okay. We have Spectrum Internet here where we live, and we also have the Spectrum streaming package through our Roku box. And recently, can you read my last message? Yeah, it's the same here. If it's not boiling hot, then it's pissing down with rain and freezing cold. We don't get much snow either. Dang. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But no. It'll be the slowest day of the week, and people are at Walmart. Oh, wait, no, I was talking about Spectrum. Darn Alzheimer's, I tell you what. This is why we need to get medicines that'll help you keep your brain in your old years, because frankly, a lot of us are losing it when we're a lot younger. Now Spectrum sucks these days. Just the other day, the streaming service started to actually buffer like every 2 minutes. I don't know if it's the internet, if it's the Roku box, or if it's Spectrum's service itself. You're in your prime, kinda. I mean, physically, not my best. Mentally, not my best. Cannabis helps with Alzheimer's and lots of other diseases. Is it legal where I live? Only for medical use, recreational use, not really ever going to happen here in Ohio, I don't think. I don't think we've got enough support that would happen. Not that I care either way. I mean, frankly, I hate to admit this, but you know, if I'm going to be a positive role model, I got to get I got to give you the bad as well as the good, so that way you can learn from my example. I've smoked a blunt once, and it was pretty bad. I ended up getting hallucinations from it. It was so bad. I'm like, okay, either this was laced with something or my body just doesn't handle that. Hey, Rox, how you doing tonight? Then again, I can't handle alcohol either. I mean, I have even a sip and my blood pressure goes through the roof. So, yeah, I'm pretty much not going to be doing any kind of imbibing of any kind of substances. I wish I had Spectrum. Well, it's better than nothing. I'll admit that. But again, I don't know. I think that, you know, you could do it. They could do a heck of a lot better with how they run their services. Your internet download speed is 600 kilobits a second. Dang. Do you have dial-up? You must have, or it must be the equivalent of, because frankly, 600 kilobits is pitiful. I mean, that's like 2003. What kind of microphone is this? This is the Blue Yeti. It's one of the most premium microphones that you can get on the market today, and it's only about $100 for this from either eBay or Amazon, pretty much these days. Do you have a favorite game at the moment? No Man's Sky. My Blue Yeti broke. Oh no, was it the cable that broke, or the port, or was it the whole thing? I mean, to be fair, it's not the ultimate of construction, but the Blue Yeti is the USB port. Well, that could be fixed. I mean, if you had someone that could weld well enough, then you could probably get it taken apart. Get the oh man, just realized you passed me in subs. Hey, sorry man. I'll help you get you'll get there. But no, thanks. Not to break it. To be honest, I feel the same way with a lot of things. That's okay. had a tablet that the USB port broke on, and I have a soldering iron kit, and I tried to resolder it, and you keep missing my messages. You should try cannabis for your autism. It could help the same way it helps me. Just consult a doctor and they will sort everything out. Sorry, I don't mean to keep missing your messages, but, you know, I don't think that cannabis will be the way to go for me. Frankly, even if I did need it, I'd probably have a hard time getting it just because a lot of the doctors around my area have decided not to get the certification to prescribe it, and I'd have to go all the way down about 50 or so miles to the nearest big city just to get it. So, yeah, I'd rather not even try that route. Okay, great. The service is better. Okay. But yeah, so it's just, you know, I feel like my sister was Reconlu. What? Didn't mean to type that. Okay. But about my internet, I have Verizon. Oh, God. Okay, you know what I want to tell you about Verizon? I had Verizon wireless service for my cell phone a while back. It was through the it was through the Walmart phone plans they have there. But I was on the Verizon network, and I tell you what, there were more dead zones in the town than there were out in the country with that. I believe you can order weed online if it's legal in your state. All good, though, just asking your thoughts. Well, you know, I mean, I don't think that weed is necessarily bad by itself. I mean, I'm a man of faith, and I believe that God provides many different holistic and herbal medicines, even cannabis, for the treatment of all ailments. I mean, the reason why we have drug addicts and stuff like that is because people have started synthesizing chemicals that do nothing more than harm the body and give you a temporary high. And that's why we've got ourselves an opioid epidemic, a drug epidemic, and even just a crime epidemic, because when you get addicted to that kind of stuff and have a dependency on it and don't have the money to buy it, and you get desperate enough, you're going to commit other crimes in order to continue the criminal activity to get the medicine, the substance that your body craves, that it thinks it needs. So it's awful in that way. It really is. I really feel that if we just turned to holistic medicines and stuff like that, I'm looking forward to you using Instagram. Will be nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using it a bit more too. To be honest, I've been wanting to do some photography stuff for a long time. It's just, you know, it's hard to actually do stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, so plus I don't really live in an interesting part of town, so trying to find interesting things to photograph is difficult. Yep. Do I work a 9 to 5? I love the vids, by the way, man. Keep it up. I don't work a 9 to 5 because I don't have any kind of ability to actually work according to the government. According to the government, I'm disabled, and so therefore I get a monthly stipend, which is just about enough to pay the bills, which I'm not complaining. I mean, there are a lot more people that struggle a lot more than me that still don't manage to pay the bills. So I by no stretch of the imagination am I complaining or am I asking for anything like, donations or whatever. Donations are done out of the heart, not out of... Who do you want to be president in 2020? The guy that actually has a bit of common sense. Which I don't know who that is yet, but hopefully we find out before the voting day, because otherwise we're all screwed. My sister was recently diagnosed with autism. I'm sorry. That can be a bit of a wake-up call and a bit of a disruption in your life when you find out that, especially for the person who's being diagnosed, it can be a really difficult thing sometimes to come to terms with being diagnosed. I'm a theist, I think. I believe there is a creator, but I don't know who that creator is, and I'm not devoted to a single god. I'm open to a change of thought. Well, I am glad that you're open to a change of thought, because I have got a lot of testimony. So 28 years ago, tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow is my birthday for those of you joining in. Hello, I just came from your TikTok. I love your vids so much. Thank you so much. But no, 28 years ago tomorrow, I was born in Columbus, Ohio at the Ohio State University Hospital. Hey Cam, how you doing tonight? And by the grace of God, I survived up until now, only by his grace, because frankly, okay, I was born with a left collapsed lung, and I've still got the scar from where they had to reinflate that. They had to put a G-tube in, which is basically a bypass for your digestive system for babies and children that cannot eat by mouth. I did not have the ability to keep food down. I'd end up doing what they call aspirating, which is where I basically get acid reflux and it'd get into my lungs. And so the food would get into my lungs and give me pneumonia. So they just went ahead and bypassed all that and gave me a tube through my stomach and from the outside of my stomach into my actual stomach, and they fed me that way for the longest time. I had that until I think about the age of 6 or 7, something like that. But so I had that issue. I also had a blood infection, which we don't know exactly where it came from, but they had to do a full transfusion to get that out of my system, which was really weird. It's like, okay, dang. The blood you were born with isn't the blood that you have now. Well, wow. I was also given the diagnosis that I wouldn't live past about 2 or 3 hours, which my mom was like, you're gonna devote every single ounce of your medical knowledge to saving him. Good night, man. I have school tomorrow. God bless you. All right. You have a good night, man. See you tomorrow, Rex. But no, Mom was determined to let me live because God had a purpose and a plan for me. And by the grace of God, the doctors were able to help me survive. But then they gave me something else. Something really weird. They basically proclaimed that I would be a vegetable in a wheelchair, unable to walk, talk, think, or do anything independently apart from somebody else's help. I was basically going to just exist and not actually live. That was their diagnosis. But Mom, having faith that God could provide and having determination that none of her children would ever be complete idiots, unlike her brothers. My uncles are total morons, I'm just saying. But she dedicated the next 18 years of her life and mine to trying to do the best she could to make me a healthy, happy, well-adjusted, and educated young man. And she managed, by the grace of God, to actually do that. And while that was happening, she also managed to instill in me a faith and love for God and a love for all things and all people, which I attribute to her, Mr. Rogers, my faith, and my God. Inspirational testimony. You should make this a video. This is what the world needs to hear. But if there is a God, then why does he allow suffering across the world? Do you believe there is a war between God and Satan with this world as a battleground? Let's be fair. The question of good and evil is as old as time. But the question of where those sources of good and evil are has always been up to human interpretation. But the only thing that really explains it all and explains why we suffer is the nature of sin and the origin of sin. Now, in the Garden of Eden, Satan tempted Eve. From that disobedience that she chose to commit, sin entered into humanity through Eve and Adam. Adam's seed, Eve's womb. Humanity was cursed with a fallen state. We are now living in a world that is imperfect and scarred by that same force. Glad you are where you are today. That was an interesting story. Thank you. But I do believe that we can find evidence of Satan's influence. Not everything is God's plan or God's design. God uses all things in his design to make all things good and to bring good out of bad situations. The tragedies that we've been witnessing lately have brought communities together closer than ever before. That's a God thing. Because let's be honest, humanity does not naturally, in this day and age, actually naturally connect with one another. The problem with this is that hatred is not natural. Hatred is learned. Love is natural. Love is an instinctual thing. Hatred is something that we're taught from when we are very small by people that are a lot more hateful and more filled with hatred than anything else. We find it in the news. We find it in politics. I mean, good Lord, the politics the last few years has just been filled with nothing but hate and vitriol. We've had venom being spit at both sides, and it's almost like, okay, which of you is a symbiote and which of you is Spider-Man? Come on. But you need to do public speaking. I do that on Sundays sometimes. Not a lot, but sometimes. But there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of influence from the devil. It's not God making the bad things happen. It's God bringing the good out of the bad, allowing us to see that the world is still beautiful. It may be marred, it may be scarred, it may be healing, but there's beauty hiding underneath. I tried to overdose and kill myself earlier this year, and right now I smoke cannabis to keep the depression away, and I survived. Do you think that was the devil? Yes. The devil loves to masquerade inside of our depression, inside of our guilt, inside of our past. I told this story before, but during my teenage years, I During my teenage years, I attempted suicide a number of times. And by the grace of God, I survived because God had a purpose for me. But in that time period, Satan was using my depression, my anxiety, and my PTSD from events during my childhood that mentally and psychologically and emotionally scarred me to drive me to a point to where I almost stepped off a cliff. I was able to step back through the help of others, but I almost stepped off of that cliff. And let me tell you, there is no stepping back on once you've stepped off. So, I know where you've been, Moonlight. I know where you've been, and I know what it's like to constantly battle. I still battle. I may seem joyful. That's because I choose to be. It's not because I naturally am anymore. I mean, not all the time. I have a lot of times where I am, but there are days, and I mean days, where I am just so beaten up on the inside because of everything that I've gone through and everything I see in the world, and I'm so sick of it sometimes. But I keep going because I realize I've got to be the person that starts a change. I'm not going to make the whole world change, but if I can make a group of people, my subscribers maybe, if I can help them to change their minds or try to do something nice today or try and do something kind. Kindness drives out pain. Kindness drives out fear. Kindness drives out anger. Because when you're doing something kind, and I don't mean nice, I mean genuinely from the deepest pit of your heart, kind, that drives away every negative aspect of what you're feeling. I mean, it's okay to feel bad. Don't avoid being sad. Don't avoid being angry. But don't let it control you. Don't let it rule you. Don't let it fill everything up. Let it have its place. And then the rest of it be who you want to be, not what it wants to force you to be. Life's hard. I get it. Because I've been there. I've been there and I've done it and I've survived it. And because of that, I can say to you, Moonlight, and anyone else that's watching or does watch and is feeling the same way, you don't have to be that way forever. And you're not gonna be. Not if you choose to start looking for the positives. Start looking for the light, because even just a tiny pinprick of a light is enough to stave it off for a second. And that second will grow to a minute, and then an hour, and then a day, and then a month, and then the rest of your life. Because this is life. We choose to be who we are. We choose to be better, kinder, more inspired. Look at Van Gogh, one of the greatest painters of any generation. He suffered from post-traumatic stress, suicidal thoughts, and depression, and yet he turned his pain, his absolute agony, into beautiful, blissful art. He took the pain of his existence and brought beauty out of it. If that guy, who ended up committing suicide anyway, which I find tragic, was able to bring out beauty in the midst of his pain, then why can't we do the same? Why can't we do the same for others and for ourselves? I mean, it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be easy. It might seem like the wrong thing. on occasion, but let me just be honest with you. Being on here and inspiring other people inspires me. You guys inspire me. That's not something that just anything can make happen. There has to be a God up there that makes this kind of stuff work, because nothing else makes sense. Nothing else makes sense. So do I believe in God? Yes. Do I believe that God has a plan for you? Yeah. Do I believe that memorizing Bible verses and going to church every Sunday will make you closer to God? Not necessarily. I mean, being close to the people of God helps you. But what really helps you be closer is just asking and listening. Listen. He speaks a lot more than we know, a lot more than we realize. He speaks through others a lot. And there is a beauty in life. How long are you planning to be on YouTube? You mean live or just creating on YouTube? Because those are two completely different answers. Because if you mean live, probably another 15 minutes. But you mean as far as being a creator on YouTube, the rest of my darn life if I can. Thank you. I needed that conversation. Thank you for being here and for listening. God had that happen for a reason. I know that. I needed that too, to be honest. Take the pain of your life and make something beautiful out of it. That's what I've learned. And that's what I try and do every day. The kingdom of God is within man. That's another thing that I do believe, that we embody that. Do you believe in the statement, everything gets better? I don't know if I believe in that statement generally, but I know that with God, everything gets better. What's your favorite television show? Well, I don't know right now. I'm going to look into Christianity now. I'm glad that you are, Moonlight. I'm glad. We all need a little faith in our lives, if only to keep our spirits up and make us look towards something a bit greater than ourselves. And I'm glad that you found something to believe in. Do you get very emotional with your videos? Because I do. I can. I do sometimes. I mean, there are days that I've made videos that have just emotionally drained me or emotionally wrecked me, because I really do believe the things that I'm saying. That everybody has worth, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from. You could be the poorest of the poor, the richest of the rich. It doesn't matter. Everyone has worth. Everyone has something that they can do differently than anybody else. And that's the beautiful thing about life. We don't know how much we mean to people until we're gone. And unfortunately, that's not something we get to see, but it's something that others see for us. And that shows us just how much this all matters. It all matters a whole lot more than we think. I mean, look at Mr. Rogers. How people are saying even now, we need someone like him. We need someone to bring some light into the world. And I don't get emotional very often. I tend to suppress it due to society's outlook. But when I do get emotional, I get it all out of my system. Yeah. You know, that's a common thing, Moonlight. That's a common thing. Thanks for subscribing, Logan. That's an awesome thing for you to do for me. It's an awesome thing for you to do for yourself, too. Oh, I don't have the live stream thing on. I forgot about it. There we go. That works better. But no, I used to be a motivational speaker. I would love to hear that. One of these days, I hope to do something like that. I don't know about being a motivational speaker that travels, but podcasts might be my way. Yeah. Or I might do a TED Talk if they ever ask me. Spreading positivity in a world of negativity. Or spreading positivity in a negative world. There we go. Do you like video games? If so, what's your favorite game? Right now, No Man's Sky. I love that game. It's so fun to just fly around the universe and, yeah. There's something so pleasant about crying and getting anger or sadness out of your system by doing something fun. Yeah, it really is. There is something so good about that kind of a thing, Moonlight. I thank you for saying that, Rhino FIFA. By the way, nice screen name. Pretty cool. You're really an example of the kind of person I want to be. Well, here's a secret for you. It's not me you're seeing right now. Who you see through me is him. Because I do everything I do according to the example that Jesus set for me. So if anyone's who you need to be looking to, it's him. I really don't have the words myself to do anything. I mean, that speech I made a couple minutes ago, that was nothing that I thought out, nothing that I had in my head. It was just something that came straight from God. I often let him speak because I know that if I did, I'd mess up the words and mess up the timing and mess up everything. So when I speak, and I speak passionately, it's not always me. I mean, sometimes it's me, but most of the time it's him. And most of the time it's a lot more powerful than even I know. So I'm glad, though, that you have found someone to be an example of the person you want to be. Because, let's be honest, I think of Mr. Rogers as my go-to example. Do you think that smoking cannabis recreationally in a legal state is a sin? Well, I mean, God does call us to follow man's law as well as God's law. So, technically, yeah. But I don't think that it's going to be something that condemns your immortal soul to eternal punishment just for smoking a little hash. Especially if you don't do it again, if you truly regret it, or if you don't do it without a medical whatever. I mean, you know, it's more the willful sins that keep us separated from him rather than the willing sins. And what I mean by willful versus willing, willful is in direct opposition to God, whereas willing is when we just give in to the things that Satan pressures us into. There's a difference there. Willful sin is almost always in direct opposition to what God wants. willing sin is oftentimes just a breakdown of our defenses when we choose not to lean on God, which, is often just something that we go through because we need to learn to grow. I mean, why do we fall? To get back up. That's the basic premise of it. But yeah, I really think that cannabis or anything else that is not a hard drug shouldn't really be classified as an unforgettable sin. Unforgivable, anyway. Oh, you smoke it? Well, I don't think that God would have a problem with that if that helps you to be Wandering Wind #1 channel. Really? I had no idea someone had done that. Thank you so much, man. Happy early birthday, my guy. I love the channel. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't think that it's necessarily a sinful thing to smoke cannabis. It's just a matter of your intention and what your needs are. You have fan accounts, Greg. Yeah, I'm glad for that. I am. What are your plans for your birthday? Well, having a nice birthday dinner, which, if I'm not mistaken, Mom's making lasagna. I'm so happy. Lasagna was my favorite dish. As far as going out or doing anything else, was hoping to maybe drop a donation tonight. Well, if you can and you want to, you can, but you never have to. And if you can't, that's understandable. I really don't need money. Without the use of the cannabis I smoke, I may have. Yeah, I understand that, Moonlight. I really do. Hopefully your mom doesn't do to you what mine did to me on my 28th birthday. What does she do? What, tell you to cook it yourself? When are you going to upload the full cover of Shape of You on your YouTube channel? Well, I got to record it first. And as much as I love that song, the pacing of it with the words is just a bit much for me at this point. I really have to practice. Your laugh is so cute. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. I've been told that a lot. I've also been told that I look like Ed Sheeran and stuff. Where do you donate? Let me see if I can, dang it, I gotta open up a browser window and go to my youtube.com/live dashboard. Let's see if I can make this work. There's a link that pops up, but I'm going to see if I can do the commands to make it pop up quicker. Let's see. I think it's donate, if I'm not mistaken. No? Okay, that's not the one. She made me a cake and bought number candles. But she bought a 2 and a 9. And I was like, I see how memorable I am. That's funny. I like that. If you make me a moderator, I can add commands for you. Okay. Let's see. Besides, might as well have more moderators. It's a good thing. Good thing. Oh, I know what I can do. Streamlabs. Gotta go to stream. Oh, no. Stream elements. That's it, what I got now. I would love to be a moderator. Well, I'm glad you'd love to be one because, you know. Oh, there we go. There's the stream donation link. Right there. Well, I guess I don't need this after all. There's the link for you if you want to drop a donation or something. But yeah, I'm so glad to just be able to do stuff that makes people happy. I'll try and stop by for the next stream tomorrow. How will I know when you're streaming? To be honest, you'll get a notification most of the time. If you got the donation. No, I don't have Nightbot. I have the Stream Elements bot. Yeah, turn on notifications and it'll pop up when I start streaming. And that'll be good. Yeah, but that's always fun. Just being able to stream and have fun with you guys and chat. I love being able to be here and do great stuff. You know, I gotta go, but I have the best birthday ever tomorrow. I will. Because it's one that I've, you know, it's the only one I've got, so better enjoy it. I mean, the only one I get every... Are you doing trivia night on the 7th? Yeah, me, Mom, my sister, and her boyfriend are doing it in a team. So that's fun. At least I'm assuming it's us. Trivia night at the church for you guys that don't know. We do fun stuff like that. It's awesome. I like it. Oh darn, I forgot to find you on Sunday to find out who was the brother and sister-in-law. Nice. Thoughts on the new It movie? Haven't seen it. Don't know if I'm gonna see it. Might just wait for the DVD and then watch through my eyelids. I'm not big on the horror genre of movies anymore. Used to be, but I got a bit older and I got a bit less naive about stuff. Now I cringe at the sight of gore. Not to mention I'm sorry, mate, I'm not sure how to make commands on Stream Elements. It's okay. I'll do it myself a bit later. That'll make it work a bit better. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I've got to start getting ready for bed. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. If you add Nightbot, I'll be able to do it. You should really watch Stranger Things on Netflix. Oh, really? Yeah. I'll check it out, actually. I've been meaning to watch it. I don't have Netflix, but I might be able to do like a 1-month free trial and binge it. Where are you from? I'm from Ohio. Nib Gaming. Nice. But yeah, I'm gonna see about heading out. It's 9:30. Dang. Almost 9:40. Wow. Anyway, I hope to see you guys again. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. I'll stream Wednesday. And then I'll stream again Friday. So, thank you so much for watching. If any of my patrons are watching this, I want to thank you especially for... What time do you wake up in the morning? Well, anywhere from 6 to 9, hopefully. But there are days I wake up at 11 o'clock because I'm like, But, yeah, I'll definitely be doing more of that. What was I saying earlier? I'm not sure. But, anyway... Oh yeah, thank you to all my patrons for supporting me on Patreon. I've now got 7 patrons. I'm so excited. That's awesome. Anyway, until next time, I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things that you'll want to talk about. I will too, because it's you I like. How do I have 7 patrons? Beats me. I guess I'm just a likable person. Thanks for watching. And thank you for the birthday wishes. I'll see you again soon.